Whenever I think back on Mass Effect 2, I don't think of the memorable companions, the incredible loyalty missions, or the spicy romance scenes. No, whenever I think of Mass Effect 2 and by extension Mass Effect 3, what first comes to my mind are those calculating blue eyes, piercing through a haze of cigarette smoke. The Illusive Man is probably one of the most recognizable villains in gaming. He's, dare I say, iconic. Everything about him just oozes, what is it the young ones say today? Ah, yes, aura. But more than that, the Illusive Man radiates one thing especially: absolute control. I think the very first conversation between Shepard and the Illusive Man tells you almost everything you need to know about him as a character. Let's take a look.
Commander Shepard.
Illusive Man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You might be the reason I'm still alive, but that doesn't mean I trust you.
You need to put your personal feelings aside. Humanity is up against the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact. How are you feeling?
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe. You and I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
Cut to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack. While you've been sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and the Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
One thing that I find especially noticeable is how the Illusive Man doesn't get up to greet Shepard. He just sits there, comfortably leaning back, cigarette in one hand and a drink in another, staring straight at Shepard like he already owns him. This always gave Illusive Man gravitas that I don't think we often see in video games. The first villain that comes to mind that has the same screen presence would be Renoir from Expedition 33, who instantly makes you lock in whenever he pops on screen. But here's the key difference. Renoir is unnerving because he's terrifying, but the Illusive Man, well, he's the exact opposite. He's calm, he's collected, he wants you to feel like you're safe talking to him, like you can trust him. It's a false sense of security. He says he's on your side, and whenever Shepard raises his defenses, the Illusive Man doesn't try to convince him. He doesn't argue or plead, he simply shrugs it off, says he's on your side, and moves on. He sells you the idea that he's transparent, that he has nothing to hide, when in reality, deception is his entire brand. Mass Effect 2 wastes no time showing you just how manipulative the Illusive Man really is. After sending Shepard on a mission to investigate the derelict Collector ship, he refrains from telling Shepard of the fact that the Collectors have actually laid a trap, which naturally Shepard finds out about.
Shepard, looks like EDI extracted some interesting data before the Collector ship came back online.
Cut the act. You set us up, and you better have a damn good reason for it.
We needed information on the Omega-4 relay. That required direct access to Collector data. It was too good an opportunity to pass up.
Agreed. But I don't like surprises, especially when my ass is on the line.
I put you at risk, yes. But without that information, we don't reach the Collector homeworld, and you and every other human may as well be dead. It was a trap. But I was confident in your abilities. And don't forget EDI. The Collectors couldn't have anticipated her.
You could have told me the plan. You say I'm important, but you sure try hard to get me killed.
I needed the Collectors to believe they had the upper hand. Telling you could have tipped them off in any number of ways. Besides, I wouldn't have sent you in if I didn't think you could succeed.
I don't risk people. There are always alternatives.
You may not like being on the receiving end, neither would I. But the facts are with me. As much as we try to avoid them, these decisions need to be made. But more importantly, it paid off. EDI confirmed our suspicions. The Reapers and Collector ships use an advanced identify friend-foe system that the relays recognize. All we need to do is get our hands on one of those IFFs.
Now, this moment has always been divisive in the fandom, because a lot of people argue it makes the Illusive Man look dumb, like he should have known better, or that he outright wanted Shepard dead. But I don't think it's that simple. The Illusive Man is not careless. He is a gambler though. Everything about him screams calculated risk. To him, Shepard is an asset, sure, but also a tool. And tools can be put in dangerous situations if the potential payoff is worth it. And that's exactly what happens here. Even though Shepard barely escapes with his life, the Collector Trap still produces valuable intel, confirmation of their tech, their methods, their obsession with humans. From the Illusive Man's perspective, the risk paid off. Shepard survived and Cerberus got what it needed. The thing is, he does this over and over again. He withholds information, not because he's sloppy, but because in his mind, Shepard doesn't need to know everything. For example, he never tells Shepard that the Collectors were lured to Horizon through the Vermeer survivor.
Shepard, good work on Horizon. Hopefully the Collectors will think twice before attacking another colony.
It's not a victory. We interrupted the Collectors, but they still abducted half the colony.
That's better than an entire colony, and more than we've accomplished since the abductions began. The Collectors will be more careful now, but I think we can find another way to lure them in.
Ash said the Alliance got a tip about me and Cerberus. Was that you?
I may have let it slip that you were alive, and with Cerberus.
You risked the lives of my friend, my crew, and that entire colony, just to lure the Collectors there?
A calculated risk. I suspected the Collectors were looking for you, or people connected to you. Now I know for certain. I told you I wouldn't sit and wait while the Reapers and Collectors gather strength. Besides, they would have hit another colony eventually, and without a way to predict which one, they would have abducted everyone.
Now, why did he do this? Well, because revealing the truth wouldn't serve his goals. The less Shepard knows, the easier it is to keep him in play. Now, these conversations paints a picture of a man who controls through knowledge and deception. Unlike other villains I've covered so far, the Illusive Man is pretty much the personification of deceit. He doesn't command through fear like Sovereign did. He commands through information asymmetry. He knows more than you, he controls more than you, and he decides what scraps you get to see. And that's what makes him stand out as a villain, not because he's a hulking monster or a godlike AI, but that he's the man who will look you dead in the eye, lie to your face without hesitation, and still make you feel like he's your ally. Now that is a Master Manipulator, and that's why he's the Illusive Man. But you see, the Illusive Man wasn't always, well, this elusive. For all of his manipulation and deception, the Illusive Man's goals are surprisingly consistent. Strip away the lies, the traps, and the power plays, and you'll find one driving force behind everything he does: the preservation and advancement of humanity. And the Mass Effect Evolution comic digs into that in particular. You see, just before the release of Mass Effect 3 back in 2012, Mass Effect Evolution hit the shelves, and in it we get a closer look at the man behind those piercing blue eyes, Jack Harper. During the years of the First Contact War, Jack, along with his friends Eva and Ben, worked as mercenaries. Jack and his friends get themselves tangled up in a conflict revolving the Turians and a Reaper artifact, and throughout the story, Ben and Eva gets killed through direct conflict with the Turians, Jack gets corrupted by the Reaper artifact, and at the end of the comic, Jack walks away with a new vision. That humanity can't afford to be naive. That it needs to be ready for the worst the galaxy can throw at it. Out of that vision, he forms Cerberus, a faction and a symbol to stand guard for humanity. Now, as much as many fans have criticized and downright dismissed the Evolution comic, I actually think it does a solid job at exploring the inner workings of the Illusive Man. And it serves to, in a way, explain some of his more baffling choices in ME2, like the Collectorship Trap, and it lays the groundwork for his later actions in Mass Effect 3. You see, his contact with the Reaper artifact didn't just expand his mind and make him more capable. Unfortunately, it was a two-way street, because now the Reapers could logically influence his actions, albeit faintly from thousands of light years away. On one hand, you might think that this makes him more of a puppet, but to me, it makes him more sympathetic. During the course of Mass Effect 2, I don't think the Reapers were capable of influencing him to the degree that, say, Sovereign could to Saren in Mass Effect. No, I always thought that the closer the Reapers got to the Milky Way, the stronger their influence became over him. However, what's more is that the Evolution comic also paints a picture of a man that's not necessarily obsessed with control. If anything, Jack seems to be suffering from the most human feeling of all: fear. Fear of losing the one thing he has left: humanity and Earth. You see, the Evolution comic shows us a version of the Illusive Man who seems to care greatly for his friends, and it's even possible that he loved Eva. He wasn't ranting about alien inferiority from day one. In fact, he's sort of level-headed in the comic, even sympathetic to the Turians at times. It's not until after the conflict with the Turians and the Reaper artifact that Jack becomes very human-centric, as if he's grappling with fear after he realizes how hostile the galaxy truly is. That the Reapers are not the only threat to humans, but other races as well. And losing his two closest friends to the conflict with the Turians created a deep-rooted fear for the fate of humanity. I think the first conversation on Mars between Shepard and the Illusive Man since their breakup really sells this idea.
Shepard.
Illusive Man.
Fascinating race, the Protheans. They left all this for us to discover, but we squandered it. The Alliance has known about the archives for more than 30 years. And what have they done with it?
What do you want?
What I've always wanted. The data in these artifacts holds the key to solving the Reaper threat.
I've seen your solution. Your people are turned into monsters.
Hardly. They're being improved.
Improved?
That's what separates us, Shepard. Where you see a means to destroy, I see a way to control, to dominate and harness the Reaper's power. Imagine how strong humanity would be if we controlled them.
Earth is under siege, and you're hatching a scheme to control the Reapers?
You've always been short-sighted, hasty. Your destruction of the Collector base proved that.
That base was an abomination. Hundreds of thousands of humans were murdered there.
This isn't your fight any longer, Shepard. You can't defeat the Reapers, even with the Prothean data.
Work with me. Give me control of your resources, and I'll stop them.
You'd do better than most, but the odds aren't in your favor. More importantly, I don't want the Reapers destroyed. We can dominate them, use their power, harness their very essence to bring humanity to the apex of evolution.
You've gone too far. The Reapers will kill us all if we don't stop fighting each other.
I don't expect you to understand, Shepard. And I'm certainly not looking for your approval. You were a tool, an agent with a singular purpose, and despite our differences, you were relatively successful. But like the rest of the relics in this place, your time is over.
Enough talk. Liara.
Don't interfere with my plan, Shepard. I won't warn you again.
Duly noted.
Shepard,
What?
the data, it's not here. It's being erased.
Just like with the Collector base, the Illusive Man is always trying to make sure that humanity gets the upper hand. Whether that be through Prothean or Reaper technology, he's always dead set on the idea that humanity needs to evolve to survive. And to a degree, I think this conversation and his actions that follow, like implanting his soldiers with Reaper tech and reverse engineering indoctrination on Horizon, proves that he's still in control of his mental faculties, because it actually works. However, one of the most memorable moments with the Illusive Man comes during the conversation on Thessia. This scene is, to me, the first time we're seeing the Illusive Man actually try to argue with Shepard and bring Shep to his way of thinking.
Shepard,
How did you find this place?
the archives. Or did your shadow broker miss that one?
Show yourself. I promise I won't miss.
Stick to your talents, Dr. Dasani. You've helped uncover the key to subjugating the Reapers.
Or destroying them?
Damn it, Shepard. Destroying the Reapers gains us nothing.
How about peace?
They're just trying to control us. Think about it. If they wanted all organic life destroyed, they could do it. There would be nothing left.
What the hell are you talking about?
I know them, Shepard. I know how they think.
I think you've gotten a little too close to the enemy.
No. I'm saying they've got it right. Why kill when you can control?
You've been spending too much time with the enemy. They're dragging you over to their side, their way of thinking.
No, I just see things differently.
If you truly care about humanity, you'll stop fighting me. You'll join me.
Don't ever question my intentions. I've sacrificed more for humanity than you'll ever know. And don't assume you know me. My methods for dealing with the Reapers are simply more refined than yours.
You've forgotten everything you stood for. Cerberus was supposed to be humanity's sword, not a dagger in our back.
Poetic, but as usual, you miss the point. The world is more gray than you care to admit.
With the Prothean data in this beacon, I can end this conflict, once and for all. You're either with me or against me. There's nothing gray about that.
No, I suppose there isn't. Leng, the commander has something I need. Please relieve him of it.
I think this is really the first time where the Illusive Man starts to slightly doubt himself, that Shepard's words are finally having impact because he understands Shepard's point of view. He just doesn't agree with the outcome, that being the destruction of the Reapers. Because in his eyes, all that would do is hamper humanity's progress and put them at the mercy of the other races. He shows up again at the end of the Cerberus base mission, this time asking EDI directly why she kept Dr. Eva's body when she could have destroyed it, with EDI proving his point by saying it was out of necessity, showing that Illusive Man again is fully pragmatic, unlike Shepard, who he considers idealistic. They're really two sides of the same coin. Unfortunately, Jack loses most of his faculties as the next and final time we encounter him is just before meeting the Catalyst, in what to me is, aside from the Rex conversation, the most tense conversation in the entire Mass Effect trilogy.
Shepard! I can't!
I underestimated you, Shepard.
What a...
I warned you. Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
They're controlling you!
I don't think so, Admiral.
Controlling me is a lot different than controlling a Reaper.
Have a little faith. When humanity discovered the mass relays, when we learned there was more to the galaxy than we imagined, there were some who thought the relays should be destroyed. They were scared of what we'd find, terrified of what we might let in. But look at what humanity has achieved. Since that discovery, we've advanced more than the past 10,000 years combined. And the Reapers will do the same for us again, 1,000-fold. But... only if we can harness their ability to control.
Bullshit! We destroy them, or they destroy us.
And waste this opportunity? Never.
You're playing with things you don't understand. With power you shouldn't be able to use.
I don't believe that. If we can control it, why shouldn't it be ours?
Because... we're not ready.
No. This is the way humanity must evolve.
There's always another way.
I've dedicated my life to understanding the Reapers, and I know with certainty the Crucible will allow me to control them.
And then what?
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
see what they did to you.
I took what I wanted from them, made it my own. This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
And who will you listen to, Shepard? An old soldier stuck in his ways, only able to see the world down the barrel of a gun? And what if he's wrong? What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
Are you willing to bet humanity's existence on it?
I know it will work.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control! No one is telling me what to do!
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No! No! The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
You've sacrificed too much.
Shepard, I only wanted to protect humanity. The Crucibles can control them. I know it can. I just...
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
Because of you, humanity is already undone.
That's not true!
They have the Citadel. They've got us fighting each other, instead of fighting them.
I just need to...
You've done exactly what the Reapers wanted. You're still doing it because they control you.
They're too strong.
You're stronger. Don't let them win. Break their hold. Don't let them control you.
I tried, Shepard.
In the end, if you have sufficient points into Paragon or Renegade, you can convince the Illusive Man to stop himself before it's too late. And while this does bring a degree of redemption to his character, I actually prefer this version.
You're nothing more than the Reaper's plaything now.
Now, you're the one who failed. There. Earth. I wish you could see it like I do, Shepard. It's so perfect.
In this outcome, Jack's dying words are poignant. They tell of a man who loved his people and his planet, and he would go to the most extreme ends to save them, even if that meant losing his humanity. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Illusive Man is that you can never pin down where Jack ends and where the Reapers begin. Was he always his own man, or was he just another puppet on Harbinger's strings? And this is why I don't like calling him a Reaper puppet. That's too simplistic. Yes, the Reapers influenced him, and yes, they twisted his fear into obsession, but the foundation of the Illusive Man's ideology, control, evolution, survival, it was always there. The Reapers didn't invent that, they just amplified it. That's what makes him so tragic. He's not a husk stripped of will. Jack fights it, he bends, he twists, and he rationalizes, but he never stops believing that he is the one in control. And in the end, that belief is what damns him, and that, to me, is what makes him so damn memorable. But hey, that's just what I think, so let me know what you think of our dear old elusive pal in the comments below. This has been Mr. Holton, signing off.